The United World Tag Team titles are on the line. The Bodega defend against 4 minutes of heat. Let's head to the ring.
Get set for our first action here on week 2 of the big celebration of the 500th episode of Championship Wrestling. Celebration so big it bleeds into another episode. 4 minutes of heat coming off of a recent victory over the Friendship Farm gets their shot at Tag Team Immortality. There you see the newly minted champions. What a wild scene it was, guys, when the Bodega defeated SoCal Distancing. I mean, the locker room pretty much emptied in that thing. You got other members of SoCal Distancing were in play, as well as, Kevin Martinson out there. I mean, it was nuts.
It's about as chaotic as it gets, but at the end of the day, in the box score, we had new tag team champions in the Bodega, and Danny Limelight sure seems to like how it looks around his waist, and Papo Esco, well, he likes holding it up.
No question about it. What a year it had been for Danny Limelight Rivera, capping it all off with winning tag team gold. Here to set the stage, Adnan Qureshi.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the United World Tag Team Championship. Introducing first, the challengers. At a combined weight of 400 pounds, Rock God Ricky Gibson and Freak Nasty Eddie Pearl, 4 minutes of heat. And introducing the champions. At a combined weight of 481 pounds, they are the United World Tag Team Champions, the King Fatboy Papo Esco and Danny Limelight Rivera, the Bodega.
Stage is set. Tag team titles on the line. Our very first contest. I got to ask you guys. I don't think the Bodega sweat too much or fear too many. But we saw what happened to the likes of Ray Rosas when his heritage title was on the line. SoCal Distancing gets involved. Now Jordan Clearwater, the new champion. I mean, no shade on Clearwater for that. But the Bodega takes the titles from SoCal Distancing. Do you guys think that they have SoCal Distancing on their mind at all when they put the titles on the line here?
I think you would have to have them on your mind. I think any competitor that steps in that ring, because the amount of just chaos that SoCal Distancing has been creating, no one has been really spared.
It would be a huge mistake of the Bodega to be underestimating SoCal Distancing's revenge or desire to get those belts back.
Can't underestimate 4 minutes of heat either. They've been very impressive. 4 minutes heat, as I mentioned, coming off of a victory over the Friendship Farm. I don't think you're going to get a hair pull there on the Rock God. Papo Esco going for one of his old tricks. It didn't pay dividends there.
Yeah, maybe last year, but not this time. The well is empty, so to speak.
Something that surprised me was when they were talking about the weight for both these teams. The Bodega has a combined weight of 480 pounds. And 4 minutes of heat's only at 400 pounds. So, man, that is a big difference.
That's I think about 99% Papo Esco there on that billing of the weight. Now, goes upstairs with the big left hand. I mean, they don't call him King Fatboy for that.
Right, but it really goes to show how much bigger he is than these dudes and how hard it's going to be for them to push that big man around.
He's big, he's mean, and he is incredibly intimidating, is Papo Esco.
Oh, that's not going to get it done. Going for the arm drag, and I think there's a reason that Papo Esco started this thing. He knows that they don't have an answer for his power. You saw full head of steam by Ricky Gibson, runs into a wall in Esco, and sent right to the outside.
Something that gives the Bodega a huge advantage here is the big difference in Papo Esco and Danny Limelight. 4 minutes of heat need totally different game plans for each opponent. When the Bodega only needs one game plan for both guys in 4 minutes of heat because they're so similar.
Well, heat of 4 minutes of heat, though, really is the double teaming. And perhaps if they can get a 2-on-1 situation on Esco, it'll be a different story. Tag made on both sides. We've got Freak Nasty Eddie Pearl checking in against Danny Limelight Rivera, perhaps one of the hottest talents in all of pro wrestling, guys, talking about Danny Limelight. Nice agility, though, by Pearl. Catches him with the drop kick. Nice arm drag. You see, to your point, the arm drag works on Limelight. It did not work on Esco.
That's exactly what I meant by needing different game plans for each of these opponents.
Swing and a miss for the chop. We've seen both these teams very successful on Primetime Live, on pay-per-view as well. Look out here into the sunset flip. Reversal. And now comes up with the roll-up.
Rivera just staying in constant motion until Eddie Pearl stopped him in his tracks.
And that was pretty nasty there, Blake, on that arm drag. He really got him caught on the shoulder there, and you'll recall that Danny Limelight separated that shoulder. It wasn't that long ago.
Well, now you see 4 minutes of heat playing that isolation game. The Bodega had it scouted and early going. I think that's why they started with Papo. They saw what happened to Friendship Farm. Cover. Danny Limelight able to just get that shoulder up. Cover again.
So Danny Limelight's definitely going to be the easier of the two to start tag teaming against. But the problem is, Danny's so hard to control that it's going to be easier for Danny to get back to the corner to get Papo in. But if Papo's in there getting beat down, it's going to be a lot harder for him to get out of the ring.
Rock God controlling the action right now. Tag team titles on the line. We'll be back right after this.
Need a quick roof repair, maybe 5, 10, 15 shingles?
Pro Shingle's new Speedy Shingle service is just what you need. It's quick, fast, and speedy.
They can help with even the smallest roofing repairs. Call Pro Shingle now, 901-258-6503.
Burger or grilled cheese?
Grilled cheese.
Burger.
I want the crispy tenders and the tots. This patty, really fresh. I'm gonna try to chow this thing down before I get to the wrapper. Sonic Wacky Pack.
Championship Wrestling joins forces with Grind City Designs to bring you the all-new Championship Wrestling Shop. All styles, all sizes, featuring the legends of classic Memphis wrestling. Pickup or delivery.
Last week on Championship Wrestling, it was part 1 of our blockbuster spectacular, and we crowned a new heritage champion thanks to the arrival of Jack Banning.
Oh, no. Is that?
That's Jack Banning.
Somebody's got
a psychopath in there. Get him out of the ring.
Levi Shapiro retained his United TV title, but he didn't do it alone.
Don't turn around, watch out. Duck. Oh, no. The lariat. And it's all over. Give Dan Joseph some help. He gave it everything he has. And how could it have been enough? Nobody could have had enough to do what he did. An incredible effort.
And in our main event, Heather Monroe and Austin Body won the biggest match in women's division history.
It's not a victory without some confetti. Let the party begin. And the Bad Bishinoku by the Killer Bay. The women's division is saved.
All that and so much more on the fastest hour in pro wrestling. Watch episode 91 in full at youtube.com/championship wrestling.
Welcome back, everyone. Tag team titles on the line. Week 2 of the 500th episode spectacular. Danny Limelight pulling out all the stomps, you might say. Another big arm drag. Continue to attack that part of the body, Blake.
4 minutes of Heat's doing a fantastic job of staying attached to Danny Limelight so they can keep doing damage to him and not let him get an attempt to get back to his corner.
Drop down, flying knee. Great action there by 4 minutes of Heat. Looking to cash in and become the tag team champs. Of course, that match with the Friendship Farm earned them this opportunity. Talked about both teams on pay-per-view. I mean, 4 minutes Heat got a victory on Primetime Live over Beef Candy. You had the Bodega defeated the Real Money Brothers. I mean, there's been some wars.
These are definitely two of the top tag teams in the division.
Yeah, no question about it. And right now, the Bodega, in the catbird seat, the top dogs as they are the champions. But frequent tags is the name of the game here. For 4 minutes of Heat, elevate Danny Limelight. He's in trouble here as Gibson goes for the cover.
Elevate and decimate. Danny Limelight cover again. But the look in Danny Limelight's eyes, I'm not sure he knows where he is. And again, 4 minutes of Heat staying attached to that shoulder of Limelight, maybe trying to separate it from him.
giving him absolutely no space to get any type of room. No way he's getting back to Papo as long as they're staying attached to him.
Daddy, don't let him do that to you, Bubba. Come on, man.
They've been taking advantage of that old injury as well. Still so much to come here on week 2 of this big celebration. Hold on. Limelight looking for the roll-up. Too much power, but now look at the counter wrestling. Oh, pulls the ripcord, starts the lawnmower, and big shot right there into the buzzsaw kick. The Joe Franciosi Memorial Gimmick Battle Royal still to come as Danny Limelight goes for the cover. I mentioned that with David Marquez. What a character Joe Franciosi was. God rest his soul. He worked he had such a passion for the talent of championship wrestling from Hollywood. Was a creative force behind the scenes, helped launch so many great careers, people you're seeing on national television to this day. And we are going to see a cast of characters from over the years, guys. I can't wait to see you winners this thing.
We just saw Turnabout Fair Play, the Bodega using some tactics. 4 minutes of heat have been known to employ as they are now isolating the Rock God. Papo dropping down.
4 minutes of heat getting a little taste of their own medicine. Oh, pin attempt by Papo. Kick out at the 2 count. 4 minutes of heat's getting a little taste of their own medicine. They've been putting it on Danny Limelight for the majority of the match, but now you got the Rock God Ricky Gibson in there getting beat down by Papo.
I'll tell you what, Blake. Every time you see Papo Esco drop that huge dome on somebody, that wicked headbutt, I bet you're happy that headbutts are illegal in the MMA cage.
Man, that guy's got a head like a bowling ball. I would not want that thing dropping anywhere near me. I wouldn't even really want to punch that thing.
Yeah, he'll pick up the 7-10 split. He might split you wide open as well. Big clothesline by the big man going to work.
So one thing 4 minutes of heat does really well, I'd like to see the Bodega do better, is keeping Rock God. See, he just walked back to the corner. Exactly that. Keeping much better ring position.
Danny Limelight now. Outside, inside, tope con hero elevated by Papo. And you can see the swagger there. You see a lot of it right there by Danny Limelight. He had lost a little bit of that. He had a time limit draw with Slice Boogie. He had a loss to BHK on pay-per-view. A couple losses actually to BHK, and he'd kind of lost some of that momentum. Papo takes him under his wing. They come together as the Bodega. And, I mean, you've seen that the career of Limelight has skyrocketed.
Absolutely. He has a new swagger in his step. The entire Bodega tag team, they've just got it going on.
I mean, he does have that swagger. He's got that sort of that confidence about him, even in a singles match. But again, when you look at, do they really need to resort to these tactics, though? Is that really the way that Limelight is going to be employing for success?
Oh, it's success right now. There's the street sweeper after the corner store in the corner. I get it, but when you're the tag team champions and you're trying to hold on to the gold, and it's so competitive, the tag team division, your first defense, you don't want that it took so long to get here and win that title. You don't want it to be short-lived. They may bend the rules, if not outright break them from time to time, but they're tough. What do you expect from 2 guys from the Bodega?
It almost seems like you need to cheat in the tag team division to have a chance, because the guys at the top, like SoCal Distancing, are going to cheat every way and any way that they can.
I think maybe that was what Limelight sort of hit upon, was that, if everybody else is going to do it, I'm going to do it too, and I'm going to do it better than anybody else. And I thought he brought in Papo. Bald Bull just smashing into Ricky Gibson.
I think something else that's important to note is the intimidation factor in knowing that guys will go get grimy inside the ring. And that's one thing that Papo has a ton of, is intimidation factor.
That's a great point. I mean, you just got to... I'd love to see the look on either Eddie Pearl or Ricky Gibson's face every time the big man makes the tag in. You know you got your work cut out for you. Oh, nice athleticism there. He's got the big man rocking and reeling, does Gibson. Tag made to Freak Nasty. Pace quickens, and that could favor 4 minutes of heat as long as Papo's in there.
Yeah, as long as it's Papo Esco, I think this brisk pace will certainly favor 4 minutes of heat. But right now, they're taking it to Danny Limelight. Back body drop sends Limelight to the outside. Now you got to deal with the big guy.
Wow, what a solo by Freak Nasty, dividing, conquering here. Out the back door. Uh-oh. Oh, my goodness. Don't tell me. Can they do this? Can they execute it on the big man? Time will tell. Oh, they're going to have to channel Ozzy himself if they want to hit this. They were looking for the backstabeth.
It's a little out of tune, I think.
Here we go. There it is.
Wow.
And the champs better be paranoid now because their titles might be out the window in their first defense. And Limelight makes the split-second save.
Man, we have seen Papo save Danny Limelight several times from pins. That's the first time we've seen Danny get in there and save Papo. This is the first time we've probably seen Papo this hurt.
I think that's one of the most brutal shots we've seen Papo Esco take. He is still rocked in the corner there. Now Limelight getting it on the other side of the ring. Bodega in a bad way. Limelight, though, trying to fight his way out of it.
Yeah. Papo never met a corner he didn't like to fight his way out of. And now you got to look out for Danny Limelight. Double stomp. And Gibson all the way to the unforgiving floor of the Ocean View Pavilion. Back inside. Another attempt to get this big man off his feet. Not going to happen. Little extra leverage.
And that's all it takes.
Here are your winners, and still United World Tag Team Champions, the Bodega.
Wow, what a competitive matchup. 4 minutes of heat really brought the heat, but the Bodega successful in their first title defense of the United Tag Team titles. More action.
Welcome back. The Bodega are on a roll and still your United World Tag Team Champions. And if you missed it, go back and listen to my interview with Papo Esco on the Championship Wrestling podcast. They don't plan on losing those titles anytime soon.